Ladies and gentlemen, I need to tell you a little story about a seed called doubt. And it has been planted by the Montreal Canadiens in Game 5 against the Toronto Maple Leafs that have had our number all series. Game 4, absolute disaster. But Game 5, let me tell you something. The Habs Nation does not give up. They do not give up. We sent out a tweet today. You know what we did? We said, fuck it. Maybe we're idiots. I may be idiot. But I believe. I believe is what we said. Game 7, Habs. Will it happen? We still don't know. We still don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, join alongside me tonight for an epic night on a Thursday. Way too many emotions. My name is Mackie. I'm with Alex and Justin. And together, we make the No Respek podcast. I'm really sorry if you're a Leafs fan. This is going to be obnoxious as hell. We had a terrible night on Game 4. Please give this to us. We need this. If we lose, at least we have tonight. Okay? We're going to get into the details of the game. There's too many emotions. Folks down below, comment, let me know what's going on in your head, what's going on your Thursday night when you watch this game, because it was electric. The emotions, ups, downs, and then at the end, Nick Suzuki to finish it all. I'm going to get Alex's take here to bring us down back to earth and talk about this game a little bit more factually. Alex, please, Game 5.
Yeah, man. Crazy stuff. What a great fucking intro. Yeah, like you said, emotions, man. This was the highest of highs to the lowest of lows when the Leafs tied it up. I know in our private group chats, I was probably the biggest downer you guys have seen in a long time. So I apologize for that. But I'm just a passionate fan like everyone else. And yeah, highest of fucking highs. Galchenyuk with a patented Galchenyuk play. Just a beautiful secondary assist to Caulfield and Suzuki. I'm wearing his shirt tonight. I don't know if you guys can see this.
Let's take it. Yeah, that's it, baby. That's the classic 27.
So, yeah,
baby.
Galchenyuk came up huge, man. One of my favorite players coming up clutch. So happy to see that. Yeah, let's fucking go. Game 7 coming up.
Let's fucking do it. Man. But we start Game 6 in Montreal. Justin, what do you think about this fucking game?
I'm so fucking hyped, man. I'm so happy we're going back to Montreal with fans in the building. Hopefully that's going to energize the guys, because this game, we all know, was not perfect. The whole time it was back and forth, and the Leafs obviously came back. But the guy I'm wearing on my back, Corey Price. The fucking reason that we're still in this series right now. Like that's it. And he fucking stood on his head. Even though he let in 3 goals, he stood on his fucking head to keep us in the game. The first period could have already been like 3-2 for the Leafs, in my opinion. So, I mean, I think he came up huge. And on the fucking 2-on-0, when Nick Suzuki gets the pass from Cole Caulfield, oh my God. I thought he missed at first. I was fucking pissed. And then Chris Cuthbert with the worst call in overtime I've ever heard in my life. Shout out to him. Mad respect for you. Kind of. But yeah.
Man. That's it. That was a great call. Yeah. It's off the... It's in. Now it's in. I mean, listen, again, Leafs fans, you're going to hate this video. I'm really sorry. What I want to do, though, is talk about the Maple Leafs bounce back in well, first of all, the first goal to kind of get it back into the swing of things. If I'm not mistaken, I can't even remember now. My emotions are... Can somebody remind me who scored the first goal for the Maple Leafs?
The first goal? Yeah, I don't even remember.
Who was it? Jake Muzzin?
Oh, it was Mitch Marner off that shitty scramble. Yeah. Was it Hyman or Marner?
I think it was Hyman
finally,
wasn't
it?
Yeah,
okay,
Hyman got
it. Yeah,
and then Muzzin with the 2. Yeah,
Muzzin with 2 goals. Who would have thought?
Off the questionable icing call.
Oh yeah,
yes, correct.
I was fucking fuming at that shit.
Yeah,
kind of gave the Leafs a bit of momentum there. So yeah, I know they'll be saying the calls have been even, but that was a bit of a sketchy one.
Yeah, definitely. But listen, I have to give the Toronto Maple Leafs credit, because at one point it was 3-0. The Habs, I mean, again, yes, Carey Price needed to be standing on his head tonight, but I do think that the Habs definitely, I think we can all agree on this, played the game that they needed to play against the Leafs. And I know last game, when you look at the difference, there was emotion. The first goal that we score from beautiful Yoel Armia comes from Corey Perry's hit on Sandin, and this was the tone that you needed to set, and you saw it in the Maple Leafs defense and just the way that they were trying to exit the zone. That pressure, the thought, the fear of the hitting made that this team needed to move the puck faster. We were respecting this opponent way too much in the first part of this series. Now it's interesting, but Yoel Armia, I mean, just to kind of give a little bit of an anecdote for the beginning of this game, Corey Perry apparently put a stick into the garbage can to signify the grease, the grime, the crustiness that they need to play, all of the things that are a part of my diet daily. And this is exactly what they did tonight to get this victory, even though, again, and this is where you got to give credit where credit is due, the Maple Leafs showed a lot of character regardless of the loss. Now, us as Montreal Canadiens fans, we're going to live within this moment tonight because it's right after the game. We just saw it. We're fresh off Nick Suzuki's juice. Like, this is why we're speaking this way, but I got to give credit to the Maple Leafs. Alex.
Yeah, and look, this, like you mentioned for Perry, this is what we have to do. As much as Jack Campbell, I'm not going to say he's a bad goalie. He's been playing great. He had a great season, but we haven't really tested him in these first 4 games. Yeah, he's made a few good saves, but once you get the puck into that blue paint, it's not easy for any goalie. And to come up with goals from those situations to kind of give us a spark. And yeah, we almost blew it, but those 3 goals were important. And 2 of those were basically as close as you can be to the net, where Campbell couldn't really do much. So hopefully that kind of knocked his confidence a bit. He's got 3 past him tonight for once.
4.
And maybe next game he comes into it a bit shakier and has a rougher game. And that's something we need.
Agreed. Yeah. And the other thing that I was going to say is that when I look at what we also did better was the sustained cycle, and not only Yoel Armia. We talked about Corey Perry, who started it off, but that whole line with Eric Stahl. I mean, that line was the line that we saw. Again, when we talked about this matchup, we're not going to beat the Montreal Canadiens. Will not beat the Toronto Maple Leafs in the first 2 lines. It's supposed to be with the depth. And now, in a game like tonight, I saw that line being very productive in the cycle, retrieving pucks, sustaining pressure, and wearing out the D and just the Toronto Maple Leafs as a whole every time they were there. Big bodies, putting it on the boards, and they were making their way to the net. And 2 goals come from Armia in this one. Yoel Armia, the Finnish god. And then, of course, I got to mention this because I'm wearing his jersey, the guy that is a baby eagle, but now becoming a man eagle. Okay, Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Justin, please.
Yeah, I mean, that line was actually just dominant in terms of possession and the cycle. And I mean, when I saw the line, I didn't really believe too much in them because they seem like one of the slowest lines in hockey, to be honest with you, with Corey Perry, Eric Stahl, and Yoel Armia, who are not the fastest of skaters. But what they're good at is digging pucks out. And the cycle, it's like good old-time hockey, just cycling the puck and keeping possession, getting that energy. They're the definition of a kind of energy line. And that's what it kept up our momentum in the first half of the game, I'd say. The second half of the game was obviously a bit tougher for us. The Leafs just kept on coming for sure. But, I mean, we stuck with it, and we found a way to win the game, and that's all that fucking matters, right?
When we enter that OT period, I'm not gonna lie. I was shitting my pants. It's Thursday night. It was either gonna be ecstasy, which I'm feeling still right now. It's 10:53 on a work night, and we're recording this, and I feel alive. I'll tell you that much. But we had the opportunity for this to be a very, very depressing night. Like being up 3-0 in this game. And again, this is why I said it at the beginning of this clip, is that, you know, the Toronto Maple Leafs did battle back, and I think in the past the Toronto Maple Leafs probably would have folded with, you know, the teams that they've had in the recent playoff series that we can remember, and they didn't do that. So it's a bit of a shock because they got that momentum, and they somehow, the Montreal Canadiens still scaved it off. So, heading into Game 6, coming back to Montreal, le 5-1-4, Chris, le 4-5-0, I don't care. They're going to be in this vicinity, and not only that...
4-3-8, Calis.
Ben oui, all I'm saying here is that the Montreal Canadiens are coming back to the Bell Center. They've made this into an interesting series because losing in 5 would have been, again, if you saw Habs Twitter, I think everybody has, and just part of the conversation, even when you're on YouTube, around the team, it just hasn't been positive since last game, and there was no reason for it to be positive. I think all of us knew on this panel, and a lot of fans know, that the Montreal Canadiens haven't been playing their best, and this was a good step towards that. They have an opportunity here. They have an opportunity. That's all they have, is an opportunity to continue on this momentum, coming back and feeding that momentum with the home crowd for the first time. What's the date? March 10th? I can't remember. But it's been around there. It's been more than a year since the Bell Center has had any fans. Though it will only be like 2,500. That's, if you've been to Montreal, 2,500 could be loud, baby. I'll tell you that much. Anyways, but realistically, the odds are still against us. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a very important question here. What do you need from the Montreal Canadiens? Because I'm going game by game. I'm not going series. Because we've seen a lot of Toronto Maple Leafs fans, and listen, I get it. The point is the jab. This is what you live for as fans. But you're counting your chickens before they hatch. So what do you need by the Montreal Canadiens to continue this? Alex, go ahead.
Basically, you need the same first period or first 10 minutes that we had tonight. If we come out slow and the Leafs get out to an early lead, I think they're going to build their confidence back and just roll with it. But if we can come out hot, stay confident, know that we can keep scoring on Campbell and the young guys. I mean, Suzuki with a big goal tonight, who hasn't had the best of series. Kotkaniemi was at a good playoffs, but for him to score too, that keeps their momentum, their energy. They're not questioning their decisions. And Caulfield, I mean, him getting a point might be a bit less tight on the stick, and he might be more willing to try his one-timers and try things out like it was the first game. So, like you said, take it one game at a time, and coming off a win, anything can happen. If they stay hot and come out strong, I believe they can do it.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I agree with what you said. I think for me, we have to be better than what we were tonight, even because tonight we kind of squeaked one out, to be honest with you. Like the Leafs were putting pressure all game long. Like I said, if Carey Price wasn't there, if he wasn't making those saves, I don't think there was no way we would have won this game. Like it was that close. I think we were trading chances at the beginning of the game. We did play well, obviously, but I don't think we're going to win a lot of hockey games if we keep up the same effort that we gave tonight throughout the whole game. We have to do more of what we did in the first period and the first half of the game and keep that up. Keep on getting good goaltending by our goalie. And something that's, I think, is key that obviously hasn't worked this whole fucking series, and it seems like this whole year it's been so inconsistent, is our power play. If we can get just a goal, just one fucking goal on the power play, that can help immensely, because we know, I think there were 2 power plays in this game. I think there were only 2 penalties called. So we know as the series goes on, there's less and less penalties called, and the power plays are just that much more important. So if we can unlock that extra power and be able to do that, and keep up the pressure like we did in the first period, that's what we need to do to win the series.
Yeah, I'd counter very quickly for me. I think that the Habs played a good first 2 periods. For me, the third period was really where the Toronto Maple Leafs turned on the Jets. In the past, it's been the second period where the Montreal Canadiens just disappear, and we don't have the flexibility of having a goal lead. Not even a goal lead, 2 goals tonight, or 3 goals once we got into the second period. And so for it to be erased in the third period and still battle back, again, I think it's impressive from the Habs perspective to not be shaken by that and to finish off the game the way that they did. Yes, it was a fortunate kind of giveaway with Galchenyuk that we make the joke that, he helped us out on that one. I think he did, but he killed us in the other games. So, and he also had a pretty good night before that play. But, you know, the whole thing about Carey Price standing on his head, we've had this storyline being spoken about all season, is that at $10.5 million, you need Carey Price to show up. And when he does, I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, this is a team that's built around this guy. And for him to be the star of this series is literally what makes sense on paper, because that's what you paid him to be. And I don't care if he steals the series. That's why you kept him. That's why you have him at 10.5, Alex.
Yeah, look, again, I've been a big critique of Carey Price, but when other teams' fans talk as if, oh, if we didn't have Price, it would be a sweep. Like, you pull out a Matthews, you pull out a Crosby, you pull out these guys from the equivalent teams, and they're realistically not getting very far either. So he's, like you said, he's our superstar. He's always proved himself in the playoffs, and he's doing it again. There's no doubt there that Price can keep it going.
The only thing I'll say is the fact that the chances seem to be so dangerous is the thing that scares me. Like, Carey Price, if he sees a shot, he's gonna save it. But as closer the shot gets to the slot, it becomes harder and harder. So like that's the thing. Like I was seeing just too many chances from the slot and these dangerous chances from Toronto Maple Leafs, who are a pretty like high-powered offense team. So that's the only thing that scared me. And obviously, I believe in Carey Price, and I believe he can shut the door on these chances. But I'd rather see us be more structured defensively and stop those kind of chances.
Yeah, you can definitely agree with that, but it also previews us from saves like he did on William Nylander on that 2-on-1 where God damn it, that glove save was insane. And again, I want to talk about, a little bit of the Leafs here, because there's a couple of guys that really, William Nylander being one of them, really turning it on in this series. I spoke about Morgan Rielly. I think he's been a great, steady Eddie on the back. We have a steady Eddie, but it hasn't been as good as Morgan Rielly. But my point is that, the Toronto Maple Leafs are still have the upper hand here, and we're aware of that. So we live in tonight, but we're on to the next game. So are the Montreal Canadiens, hopefully. And I want to shout out Justin. I don't know if you want me to tell the story, but this is pretty sick.
Go ahead. You're better. Okay. You're a better speaker.
All right. Oh, no, please. So Justin, if you guys don't know, the No Respek podcast has a secret weapon, and it's Justin, because he does these crazy montages. He did one for Jonathan Drouin, and he did one for the Habs playoffs. And it's one with Matthew McConaughey, and it was fucking great. I watched it.
All right.
That's it. They don't know your heart, okay? My point is that, getting back to this anecdote, is that today, Julie Petrie, this is the wife of Jeff Petrie, shared this video of Justin. And Justin, can you just read out the fact we just wanted to say, like, to the everybody listening, that this is a really cool kind of moment. We reached out to Julie Petrie, who had shared it on her Instagram page and was like, this is great, amazing. And we just said, like, hey, thank you for sharing our video. We really hope that, the Habs saw it. And we had that hope when we did it. So Justin, if you could read her reply to the No Respek podcast in the DMs.
Yeah, let me just get it. You kind of put me on the spot here. I was not prepared
well, I mean,
for this.
You knew that this was coming. We said it. We prepped for this. This is the only thing we prepped.
You prepped for it. Well, I mean, she basically just said it's so awesome. She shared it with Jeff, and some of the other guys probably saw it. And she said basically it's so awesome. It was short and sweet, but it was very sweet, and I just appreciate the love from Julie Petrie. I'm fucking ecstatic that our video got to the eyes of at least some of the Montreal Canadiens, which is fucking incredible.
Yeah, and it's your video, Justin. A huge shout out to Justin from the No Respek fam. But I think that about does it, guys. We have to get ready for Game 6, Saturday night at Montreal in the Bell Center. And for Alex, for Justin, for myself, Mackie, we always remind you to respect the Orgasmination. It's not over until the fat lady sings. And she has not sung yet, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back Saturday night for our next review. Take care. Go Habs go. And may the best team win. Let's do it.
Let's fucking go.